What is up, Last War family? It's your boy Joe Knows. Wanted to go over with you guys some cool stuff that we've got going on here now. So the one I'm working on for today is I want to go over with you guys which one of the weapon of the gears is most important to upgrade to red for each level. So let's go ahead and look at that now. So if you look at this one here, so when you're getting it up to here, if you were going to take the nano armor up to the red, it reduces that chance of taking a critical hit by 15%. Okay? All right, next one reduces your damage taken from critical hits by 30%. That's going to be the radar. The data chip is going to get you to a point where you're going to reduce its damage taken on counters by 5%. And the gun is going to be the only one that boosts offense, and it's going to damage boost on counters by 10%. As you guys can see here, and let me go to just my missile team so we can look at it properly. I've got all of my guns up. So we're going to be looking at either taking up the armor, the radar, or the data chip. So let's talk about which one's most important. So in my opinion, promoting the reduction of damage from critical hits is going to be your most important to use for the red gear on the defensive side. That 30% reduction of damage that you're receiving from each critical hit is a massive boost. Reducing the chances of taking critical hits by 15%, though, is also very nice. But if you do get hit by that, which one, are you okay with doing that and getting that hit, taking that hit? So my plan for right now, though, is going to be we're going to punt boosting the radar. Punt boosting the data chip for now. And this was where I was leaning at first, was to take Tesla's up and get him to reduce the chance of taking a critical hit by 15%. But I do think that getting Atom boosted up is going to be the most important. So we're going to go ahead and take that up now. It is going to cost you $27,500 in ore. It's going to cost you $330 in ceramics, and it's going to cost you 10 of the red blueprints, which are the most expensive. So as you guys know, and we're going to go ahead and save that photo, you don't get a massive power boost because this is going to be the kind of hidden power, if you will. So it's not going to give you a massive power boost by doing this jump up, but it will, however, though, give you a very great boost on your attack and being attacked. So we're at 55.70. I was previously at 55.65, I believe. No, it was 55, I believe is what it was at, million. But you can see here that boost is going to, when you're actually inside of an attack. I don't think I have a good one to use right now. Let's just go ahead and try, though, for the heck of it. We'll see if we can't find a decent one to fight against. All right, so we're going to have to move these around a bit. Yeah, we'll face them up right there. You know what? This one's a good test because we're going to get kind of hit a bit by the fact that he or she has 3 of the heroes that are of the hold on one second, I apologize. All right, so they've got 3 of the tank heroes, 1 air and 1 of the missile. The missile's going to hurt the air really badly, but I'm going to get hit pretty hard by the tank side of that. But we'll go ahead and test this out and see what happens. And let me check my others real quickly. So, yeah, this should be a good matchup for me. There we go. Now let's go and look at the actual report. Pretty significant. Let's go and look here. So we lost 134 troops dead. 1857 survived. Let's go back and look. I have a previous report against the same person. Hopefully I faced it off the same way. I did not. I punted that one. All right, so let's do this, though. I think I can still make this work. Let's go ahead and move this off here. We're going to give it to Fiona just to run the test and show you how much of an impact that makes for him and for her. And let's see if we can't get a revenge against the same person. Dang it, I can't. That's okay. If we pull them again, we'll do it. If we can't, we'll just keep on facing off until we get to face off against them. We'll do it this way here. Hold tight for 1 second. Let's go ahead and do that this way. All right. Okay, so just in case we get to face off a second time here, that was an all missile versus missile here. You look and see they've got, looks like a little bit more red gear than me, or is it exactly the same? Let's see here. That's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I believe I have 17 now. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, 16 and 16, so it's even now. But if you look here in this battle, be nice to face off against the same one again. That would be a good battle to review with. We could actually, oops, didn't mean to hit play on that. Sorry. Let's go ahead and back off of this one. This would be a good one, though, to get a second battle. Let's go ahead and look and see what happens. But we'll keep on playing until we get a battle twice against the same kind of person. I would love to face somebody stronger. Here we go. Here's a stronger one. I probably will lose this, but just for battle's sake, let's go ahead and test it. All right, so I am going to adjust that gear back real quickly. Okay. Now let's go on back to it. Let's watch this battle. This should be a good one. Good test. Probably a loss. Would win this battle. This is a great time for me to test as well because we've got transfer surge coming up. So when I transfer, it will not impact anything. That one's they're at 175 on each one of these. That's crazy. All right, so yeah, this is going to be a total loss for me on the other two sides, but for testing purposes, we're still going to do it. Let's go ahead and do this now. That's a win. That's interesting. And that's very much one that probably should have beat me. And man, it was not just a win; it was a emphatic win. They had 4 tank heroes. Interesting to see that they had no deaths. That's pretty interesting. That'll be a good one to kind of look at later. 0 deaths. We're going to watch this video all the way through. I think it'll be fun to watch. I don't really think my gorilla made that much of an impact. Probably could have put him onto a different squad and had the same results. Look at him hanging out back here, though, in the back right-hand corner. He is not really taking damage. Interesting to watch Tesla go out. And I'll tell you why Tesla goes out. It's because that tank heroes really do a lot of energy damage, and he's susceptible to that. All right, let's go ahead back here. Let's keep battling until we get to match one up. That's what we're looking for right now, right? We want to see that same battle twice so that we can face off. My buddy Orc, but let's just see what happens. He has got an extremely strong tank. This would be a good test to run it against him. Am I punting these others? Okay, I need to shift this a little. No, that actually works out fairly well. All right, let's see here. Okay. Let's see how well we did. Gear is very similar overall numbers. Again, a big win. Again, no deaths on his side. That is super interesting. I wonder if that's just got something to do with this, with 3x3 now. Who knows? All right, so we're going to get ourselves a repeat in here in just a second. And in fact, I think I've already got one I can do. I need to run. Okay. I want to face off here. Fairly happy with that. There we go. Not an emphatic win. 170 is across the board for him. He's got his exclusive weapon better than I do. He's got better gear. He's all red on gear. I'm obviously still 6 short on maxing. My skill power is a little bit better. It's a good person to run a test against. Needed the gorilla that time. The gorilla was the difference maker. I need to get my drone up to level 200. That's going to make a big impact for my squad. Losing a little bit in the drone area. The gorilla obviously helped a lot. His gorilla is stronger overall, though, if you look at his reliable partner versus trusted friend. So if he had his gorilla on it, he probably would have rocked me. All right, my tech is better, though. And I focus heavily on missile in my tech. We're fairly even, and he's slightly better overall in decorations. I'm not sure if his decorations are helping him in the way that mine are, though. Okay, and then my morale side is a lot higher, and I've got a lot more troops. The troops is probably the end-all, be-all when you're looking at this report. The amount of troops I had, my 275 troops left over. And that's what really made the impact there for me. Was the extra troops. And we know that the bulk of those that were extra were with the gorilla. Now I've got 317 more. Is that how many my gorilla has? I don't remember. I don't recall how many he has specifically, but that's probably pretty darn close. All right. Let's do one more round, and then I think I'm looking at it now. I think I actually can do I can't face Patriot. That's my teammate. Let's go ahead and I got an idea. I know what we can do. We can do a revenge against Orcliver. I forgot. I just realized I had him in there. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Now we're going to do the same matchup that we did a minute ago. Where's it at? Right there. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and swap these around again. Oops. All right, those are swapped around now. Now I'll go back to get this win real quickly. Let's do the revenge. And we're going to do that same battle again. All we really care about here is the battle versus here. Let me double check it, make sure I've got the right one. I need to check my records. Yeah, middle is the one we want. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. Okay. Now what we're looking for here again, if you recall, is we're really focusing in on how much fewer of the troops die for Adam. That's the main objective here. All right, let's go ahead and look at it now. Okay. So 277 dead troops altogether. And we're going to look at our damage taken, 6.7. Okay. Now let's go to our other report. $344 dead troops on this one. So a big, massive difference there in actual dead troops. And that was with having Adam have the extra armor, even though he's on my back row. That made a massive difference. If you watch in battle, we'll see it here as well. We're going to see the gorilla and Fiona both die. It's like his gorilla's going to die first. My Fiona is looking like she's going to die pretty quickly. And there she goes. But Adam, who is giving the buffs to the front row, is lasting longer. He's making a bigger impact. We can face an even stronger tank team. Even potentially a full tank team would be possible with this. That's evenly matched, an evenly matched full tank team. With the gorilla on my side, could end up still winning. Let's go ahead and look back at this one again. All right, so this one we had less troops die on it. So 277 total. And this is the one where Fiona's got it instead of Adam. Interesting. It's interesting always to watch this kind of stuff. My guess would have been that Adam having it would have been more impactful. But after watching this, it looks like we lost more troops with Adam having it. It's very interesting. Not sure what to make of that. Let's go ahead and look back at the reports one more time. Both the gorilla and Fiona lasted longer that way. That was with her having the extra red. A big part of it would be 15.7 in damage from her. Maybe that's where the difference maker is. Let's go and look at this first report one more time. We definitely had less deaths. 344 here. She only did 9.8 in damage that time. She died too fast to do any damage. So we were able to kill them faster by her having it. So I guess we'll leave it that way. Glad we figured that out. And, it looks like if Adam is on your back row, at least from this testing that we've ran here, it is better to have Fiona, have the red gear. We'll run, see if we can get one more test in real quickly, though. I'm going to swap it up and give Tesla the worst gear. Save Adam as well. Obviously, the positioning they're in matters as well, but let's just go ahead and run this test again. Let's see if we can't get a repeat with Orc. We'll have to fight against Patriot real quickly let's go ahead and put this one over here for a loss. There we go. We should take 2 losses for him. There we go. That's my buddy. We want him to win that one. Not really a good battle to have here. I'll tell you what I'll do, though, just for if we do pull this guy back up again, it'll be nice to have for the report. We'll just do that one. So there's less death there. Man, I do not love how much Tesla died on that. That's interesting. Okay. Is he one that I've played that's beaten me? No. Not a really good test object here right now on this one. His setup's not great. His or her setup, I should say. I'm just run it like it is. Not trying to win overall, looking for one that could compete against my missile, and that was just not one that could. Why I don't care about this 3x3 is a transfer coming. I'm not going to have an opportunity. Okay, Mythic has got a very good, let me see here, he's got a very good squad there, so this will be a good test. And maybe Mythic's beat me. Oh, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. All right. So with this setup, 465. Has Mythic beat me yet where I can revenge? No. But if we pull Mythic back through on one of these last hits, all right, guys, this is great news. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some gear movement. This is going to be a very nice test. All right, so we're going to go back to the other setup. Be great if it did one of those things where it lets me face Mythic 3 times here for this test. Okay, happy with that. Let me double check it. I apologize. Sometimes I forget to put gear back on. Just want to make sure I didn't do that. Now we're good. And we're good. Okay. So let's get back to it. Let's face Mythic again with the gear swapped around. This is our Tesla having better gear versus Atom having better gear test. All right, so on to it. That's a very good test. Very good test indeed. So when Adam is on the back row, it's almost definitive at this point. Giving him the worst gear is going to be your best bet. This is an all-air squad we're facing off against here. Sorry, I didn't mean to say air. This is an all-tank squad we're facing off against. Obviously, we've got a better drone. Gorilla, his Overlord. We're not using the Overlord, so mine's actually better. If we were both using the Overlord, technically his Overlord is more powered, but mine has better support on it. Tech's better for me. Decoration slightly, a little bit better. 200, I've got a little bit more troop march. Okay, interesting. So let's go watch this video here. Remember, this is the one that just got smoked a minute ago. Tesla staying alive longer, though. And when you look down here in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see, I think I said bottom left by accident earlier, you'll see that Adam is in the best spot for defense. I know he died very quickly there, but he also has the absolute worst gear. This is an interesting win when you look at it this way now, because I don't 100% know with how this is working out if this would work out this way every single time you face the same squad, even with the gear the way it was. But man, Tesla living longer did definitely help. I do wonder if I should swap versus a squad like that, if we should swap Adam out. All right, let's go ahead and watch the other one. We lost, and we lost pretty handily. Let's see, this is with Tesla having the worst defensive gear. Let's see if we can watch Tesla just die very quickly. See if he's getting just, well, here comes the drone. See, Adam is still dying. Something that he's doing on his side, it looks like it's something to do with Marshall, is just destroying Adam. Yeah, I'm not going to win that one. Kim did not die. So Adam versus Tank is just getting mauled in both of them. Even with the better gear, he's still getting absolutely mauled. That's him with the better defensive gear. When you move it over to Tesla instead, Tesla does much better with it. Very, very cool. All right, let's see if we can get lucky and get one more pull with Mythic. That would be a great if we got it. We didn't on that one. All right. I don't hate facing off against. Let me see. I just would like to make sure we've got a win. You know what? Win doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and put this here. And let's go backwards, though, because I think we've already played that one. We can get probably a good... Is the JP? Yes, we've already played this one. Okay. Let me see how we did the gear on this one. Okay, so Tesla, Fiona did not have the better gear. All right, so we want to go and move. Actually, we're already set up the way we need to be set up for our test. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and do that same matchup. See how this one pulls, how this one goes through for us. Okay. $403 left over, 466 dead. Let's go back and look at this in record. These are some of the best ways to run your test, everybody. You know what? Did we get a face-off against Mythic the other way already? Or is this an old one? No, I didn't do the right one. That's okay. All right. So, where are we at on this? JP, that's the one we're looking for. Okay. Only 275 left. Yeah, that's a big difference. You're getting that extra damage from Fiona by having her gear up. It's making a massive impact on this other report. So Fiona lasting longer. She's getting 12 instead of 6, almost 13. It's leaving over 403 left to survive. So very, very nice report. It looks like we're going to be able to get our third report with this one, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do it now. We're going to go ahead and pull the better gear off of Tesla now. Put it onto... This is going to give us an opportunity to see the battle through all 3 phases, I believe. I'm going to double check one more time. But this should get us through all 3 battles total with the gear, the worst gear on Tesla and the worst gear on... We're going to look and see real quickly. Yeah, worst gear is on Adam in this one. I believe worst gear was on Fiona in the first one. Worst gear on Fiona in the first one. And then this one, we're going to do worst gear will be on Tesla. Interesting battle indeed. Let me check it one more time. Worst gear on Tesla is correct. All right, here we go. This is the moment of truth. If it plays out the same way the other one did against Tank, we should have a pretty good indicator here of what we're trying to solve. And let's go ahead and look at it. $201 left over on this one. This would be the one that has the worst gear on Tesla. Adam with the best gear, if he's on the back row, is not good. Okay, test officially done. So when it comes to defensive gear, if Adam is on your back row, you don't want him to have the best. This has been determined now. This is a fact. We've ran the testing enough now to know that's a fact. So I'm happy with the testing. Hope all of you guys learned a lot from all this. Thank you guys as always. This is OMFG Joe from server 379. Oh, actually, it's Joe Knows. That's what we're going to go by from now on. Joe Knows, server 379, signing out.